everybody. That's Art Vigere. Hi, everybody. Peak Design Head Designer. That's Luke Roberts, Head of International Man of Mysteryism. And we are getting set up. Thank you for, oh, there's Peter Lockett. Say hello. Hey, guys. It is still a little crazy here in the office. I apologize for all the noise, but we are going to calm down. Probably not at all. That's a lie. But we're going to show you the bags. We're going to line them up here. And we're going to talk you through them very soon. I'm going to get you guys better audio as well. How about that? Hey, Joey. Remember to list your questions on the right side, and we will answer them here live on air. And whatever we don't get to, because a lot of you guys like to answer a lot of questions, we will get to later on in the comments feed.
Where the hell did all these beers go?
People were drinking it.
There's only 20 of us here. How did we go through 4 6-packs? People stop losing their beers.
Right, I'm taking this
You
one.
have to ask Annie if you can open these.
Use this one.
We already went through our 4
maybe
6-packs.
like these ones.
We cannot open 7 ones. Sorry. I thought it was 4 6-packs. I assumed that was important. I assumed wrong.
Yeah. And then we get
Look at
Can you get us more beers, Lara? Yeah. Okay.
Tote's good. Are we live? No, it's just
You're live. Don't say anything weird.
That's
need,
not gonna
yeah.
Hmm?
I'll put it on the I think I cleaned my mat.
You know what I got in my computer? So, you know, I just got into my
Question and answer.
You want me to get very
Sorry.
And then the FAQs, the link, just scroll down. But anyways, you can click the right click.
There was a whole economics
Questions are showing up here. I'll ask them.
All right, cool. We're trying to get the question and answer feed to show up on our end.
All right. One of the first questions is about Trey Ratcliff, of all people. Do you want to say a few words about Trey's involvement with this bag, the evolution of his involvement from here to here? You don't have to. It's fine.
I think he's probably a good person to talk about that. But yeah, Trey has been a great friend of Peak Design, and he's had prototypes for the majority of the development, and we've been kind of working with him on getting his feedback and everything, and he was very directly involved with the Everyday Messenger, and we're just really excited to kind of have him as part of the team. He's a great guy and really amazing travel photographer, and I think he really kind of embodies a lot of the spirit of who we think our products are for.
why don't we go straight into what we're revealing today?
Yeah.
Sure.
Show us what we got.
Yeah. So you haven't seen the videos already, so this is we launched 3 bags for this Kickstarter, basically to flesh out the everyday line. So we've got Sling, which is this little guy here. That's kind of for fast and light, kind of minimal carry. It's got a great fast opening that kind of comes towards you like so.
Why don't you model it and I'll
Sure. So that is sort of a high and tight carry like so, but the strap does have a pretty good adjustability and is ambidextrous, so you can wear it longer if that's how you prefer to do so. We've got a quick adjuster on here as well, so it's really nice and easy to get around and access your gear. And then when you're riding a bike or anything like that, cinch it up. Really nice, stable carry. It won't be flying all over the place.
How's it ambidextrous?
So we've got a really cool setup on this. We've got tri-glide adjusters on the back of the strap here, and then the extra webbing tails tuck into this panel here so that you don't have any flopping straps around anywhere. And then this provides a hefty amount of length on both ends, so you can get it as tight or as loose as you want. Even better range adjustment than the Everyday Messenger. Handle is on the back to keep a nice clean silhouette on the front, and this works great as a luggage pass-through as well for travel. So this is a really awesome kind of daily carry bag if you've got not that much stuff that you're carrying around, phone, wallet, keys, camera. That's kind of our way that we think about it. And it's a killer travel bag. It's got great expandability here as well. You just loosen up these adjusters here, and this front pocket gives you an extra 2 liters of volume in here, so you can definitely fit a big water bottle or a light layer, and then down here you can cinch a jacket, tripod, you know, you've got some external carry attachment there. So a lot of versatility, really clean internal organization.
Do you want to show some of the pockets too?
Let's let them ask some questions. Let them answer questions. So this is the backpack here. This is kind of the crown jewel of our lineup, I guess. This one is about 2 prototypes behind the where we're at right now, but it's feeling pretty darn refined. So happy with how this design has come together. We've got these awesome expanding side pockets that use magnets and elastic to let them come way open. You can put like a travel-sized tripod, the entire tripod in the pocket. For larger tripods, you just hang one piece in here, and then there's a security strap that comes across, probably up. There it is. All right. So that comes across there to secure your tripod down to the side. Got those on both sides of the bag, so you can haul quite a bit of gear on the outside. We also have some external carry systems that stow into this bottom packet here that I don't have rigged up at the moment, but really cool versatility. Got a nice big handle that wraps all the way around the side of the bag, so you've got side carry and top carry. Straps are awesome. They use our pivoting rivet stuff here, the axial attachment, so it fits your body perfectly, whether you're built like Mr. Lockett here or like me. And mag latch opening on top. Plenty of expansion, and it opens up really nice and big to get in there. And we've got a great
There's some little storage pocket up here.
details.
Okay.
Great organization and access via the side pockets as well. So we've got big, huge access for all of your camera gear. It's not just like a little port pocket. It's the entire side of the bag comes open. And we've got great access here as well for memory cards, batteries, what have you, on both sides of the bag. So both sides of the bag open up in that exact same way. So backpack is awesome. We're super excited about it. It's got a really ergonomic back panel here as well. Vents a lot of heat to be this corrugated surface here, and it's nice because it's kind of hidden. It's a little bit subtle. It's not like hyper technical looking. And then there's a luggage pass-through behind there that's held down in place to keep it nice and flat. Cool. So that's backpack. We do that in 2 sizes. So that was the small, this is the large. Like so. So they have all the same features. It's really just the size difference. And
Would you recommend one bag versus another for folks if they're trying to decide?
Yeah, the backpack. I mean, there's a place for both, obviously. But if you're a bigger person or a smaller person, I think you can use that to dictate which bag size to get, or based on the amount of gear that you're carrying. If you really have a lot of stuff that you carry around on a daily basis, or you want to make it into kind of like more of a light travel bag, then the large size might work for you regardless of your body size. But both bags have a decent amount of expandability through the mag latch, and all of the same features. So yeah, we can go into specifically what each of them fits as well. So here's the tote. So we've got really cool side access on the tote that gives you really quick, easy access into lens and camera compartments here. And I'll show you the dividers in a second, but they're awesome on this thing. Straps, we've got kind of a standard tote style carry, like so. And then these guys adjust, so you pull these adjusters down, and it turns into, you can carry it as a backpack or as a crossbody sling, because this strap gets long enough to do both. So that's a pretty cool feature. Top access, we've got a magnetic closure here, so that just pops open. You want to close it, and you just like that. It's pretty awesome. It's like magic. So there's your opening. These dividers here. Maybe I'll start empty. So these dividers all pop up, and then you can put them against the sides of the bag. So that's in just sort of like normal tote mode. If you don't really have any use for organization, you're not carrying any camera gear, you're just doing a grocery run or something. And then in here we've got a laptop and tablet sleeve. Plenty of pockets and organization on this side, and then we've got the dividers. So if you need that organization, you just pop them out from the sides, like so. You can fold these down in a number of different ways. So this is just kind of like you create a shelf here to put a lens on top, or whatever. Or you can pop these guys up to these killer little cups on top that are just great catch-alls for wallet, keys, phone. So you've got 2 kind of isolated, protected kind of canisters on the side of the bag, and then these awesome little storage containers on the top here. So
which is
a lot of
important
flexibility
for when you open up the side.
Right, because then this is completely enclosed from the rest of the bag, and you can even stack a ton of stuff on top of this, and you don't have to pull everything out to dig through the bag to get at your camera gear. It's always nice and secure in here, and nothing kind of stacked on top of it. You just have awesome, quick pockets to do that. Big, huge pocket in the front with some internal felt pockets as well. And the back works great for tripod carry as well. You just slide your tripod through these loops like so, and you're kind of off to the races.
Where does capture go?
We've got a capture attachment point here. It's kind of hard to see, but there's an additional piece of webbing behind here that's stiffened and is kind of anchored into the bag, so you can clip capture right to the strap of the bag. The camera hangs right here. It works great. Tote has some really nice leather details on the handles, and in different places depending on which colorway we do. We're doing all these bags in the charcoal with black trim and kind of red accents, and then we've got the ash, which this isn't the final color here, but it's essentially a light heather gray with tan leather accents, and yeah, very fun.
So tripods trending as a question
Sure.
for just how they would be carried on the different bags. Do you want to go over that?
Yeah, absolutely. So here,
Let's do one leg in and then up.
sure. So tripod on backpack. We do one leg in the pocket here, and these are really robust pockets. They're double layer Codra, so there's not going to be blowouts in the bottom. It just lays down on the bag like so, and then you wrap that around, and the strap isn't long enough because it's a prototype, but basically there's an anchor point back here that I can attach to, and it sits right like that. Very secure, locked down to the side of the bag, and you still have access to your side pocket, no matter which side that it comes onto.
Or you could probably stuff it in the whole side too. That one works more.
All right. It is. This one, unfortunately, the strap setup on it is not long enough. So if I put it on, it's going to be like super duper tight on me. Unfortunately, we'll rig that up right now though and show you that in a second.
Tripod on Sling.
Tripod on Sling. Sling is awesome for tripod. So because we have this compression system, which let me show you like how much this bag compresses. So there's a fold line on the bottom, so the entire bottom of the bag compresses via these straps here. So you just rip these down like so. The bag gets super slim, so you can see that profile on my back here. And it's like a really great just daily carry, phone, wallet, keys, camera kind of bag. And then you can expand that out into its normal volume, which works better for like SLRs and stuff. The dividers won't work with the bag when it's fully compressed, but in this kind of normal state they will. And then you kind of keep letting those out, and then the front pocket expands, and you can put like a pretty big water bottle in this front pocket here. And then on the bottom of the bag, you just slide the tripod through. Sorry. And any assistance. Cool. Like so. Crank down those straps. And because the bag gets nice and snug, that's really secure and not really sliding around or anything, that I can pop the tension, swing it around, loosen the straps, and slide that on out. Like so. There it is.
Nice. Here's the backpack for Tote.
Yeah, so as I said, these are a little bit small just because of the mounting location, but basically here's the Tote as backpack, which is great because you can kind of carry it in normal tote mode when you're just kind of like going between your car and work and stuff. Or if you've got a lot of weight and you're walking around with it for a few hours or something, you can kind of turn into more of a backpack style carry, take a little bit of the load off the single shoulder, and which is awesome because this bag holds a ton of stuff. It can get pretty heavy if you need it to. So, so that's the backpack style carry. It's a little bit snug on me right now, but it will loosen up quite a bit. So here's the, so that's the, you can kind of see the detail of the backpack style carry, and then you just let that drop out. And now this, I have an extra long strap here for shoulder carry, and that can just, swing around, sort of standard shoulder carry mode. And then we've got that magnetic closure up top. Of course, there is an additional, for backpack mode, there's an additional hook here that secures. You can wrench down the tension and keep the bag nice and tight so that it's not kind of like falling open if you've got a lot of heavy stuff in there and it's kind of awkward. So there it is in just kind of shoulder bag. Like so.
Liz, what else you got?
So they wanted a closer look at the ash, please.
Sure. So, like we said, this isn't final colorways, but cool. So with ash, let's see, I've got all kinds of messed up zipper pulls and stuff here, but the general idea is that it's a light gray.
Show them on this side. Zipper pull.
Yeah, I'm missing zipper pulls on that side.
Yeah, there's one at the bottom.
Oh. All right. So, there it is. Great. So we've got awesome leather zipper pulls. This is the same leather that's on our Slide Summit Edition camera straps. It's like this really nice waxy matte finish. Ages really, really well. Color is it's a light heather gray. Same material as our other bags. It's got a really great base coating, repels water really well. All of the logo details holes and handle touch points have that same leather accent to it. So there's these really nice tan pops all over the bag. And then we do silver hardware versus the gunmetal dark gray hardware on the charcoal bag. So those accents really pop throughout. And then we have these really nice little blue accent pop stitching and on the interior of the bag as well. Show me the other side. This one here. We'll have, yeah, so there's the interior of that pocket with that really nice kind of like aqua blue. It's got a little bit of green in it, like so. And yeah. Like so.
What else you got, Liz?
So, decision about rain cover. Are we going to have one?
Currently, we're not doing a rain cover because we're using water-resistant zippers for all the bags. And our fabric, the new generation of fabric that we're using, the fabric on EDM is awesome. This is the same base fabric, but we're doing it polyurethane 2 times on the back and the front. So it has, the front of the bags have a little bit more coated appearance, and they shed water, I mean, like a tarp. I mean, they are just completely waterproof. The fabric is, anyways. There's obviously still seams on the bag and stuff like that, which is why we call them water resistant or weatherproof. So there's really, unless you're in the rain for just, you know, pouring rain for all day long, there's really not much use for a rain cover. And with these bags, that we feel like they're so tight that it just isn't necessary. So
maybe you want to touch on the fact that our fabric is actually soaked in DWR, and then on both sides PU is put on,
right.
And so it's sandwiched and kind of housed in there, so it's a little bit insulated compared to other garments that you might have that have DWR on them.
Right.
That might wear off.
Yeah, and that's why we switched. So the EDM fabric is, again, it's awesome, but the DWR coating on the outside and the PU coating on the backside, that's the industry standard. That's what everyone does. And what happens is that you have to reapply the DWR coating every year or so in order to keep the fabric from wetting out. So what we did on this, after a lot of testing, is we ended up doing a PU face coating with a DWR. It's a water repellent coating. It's a hydrophobic coating. Is actually embedded into the fabric itself. So even if that face coating gets worn out, the fabric will just refuse to soak up any liquids. So they're very water resistant. Like all of this stuff. The Tote has the fold over, so they're, it's like a roll top basically. Even these zippers are water resistant on the sides of the Tote. And same with Sling, we're using the coated water resistant zippers the whole way around with really nice garages.
So I think you guys already held it up, but a lot of people asking about size comparisons of the bags.
Sure. Yeah, should we put them in line on that?
Related to that, we're asking about average size. So is it the same size and size, taller, longer?
So the dimensions are up on the website. I don't know them off the top of my head, but you can see the size comparison here. This is what I would definitely.
Large too.
Yeah. So you can see the sort of massive expansion of the bags here. And so this guy, when it's fully expanded, it looks a little silly because there's actually nothing in it, but once it's filled out, it looks great when it's expanded. And yeah, I'm not sure exactly how else to go beyond that. The dimensions are on the website. This I consider like very similar to like an everyday kind of small, medium kind of range backpack. This one ends up being like, if you carry a lot of stuff or you're a bigger person, like this will feel like a pretty comfortable. Lockett, you're a bigger guy when you want a large versus small for it, since I've already worn both of them. So that's the 30 liter. We wear this one pretty snug around the office. I know some people wear them a little bit looser. You can show them that as well. So it doesn't look overly large, especially when it's fully collapsed. That's the best part about the mag latch. But if you are really carrying a lot of gear, it will expand pretty tremendously. And then the small one is like so. So much. It's a little slit. All three dimensions are changed, so it's narrower. It's not as deep, and it is shorter, obviously, as well.
You want to talk about the sternum strap at all?
Yeah, sternum strap is awesome. I don't think we have a good one figured out.
This one will get the concept across.
Yeah, I just don't even know if I hook on the way that I have this. So the sternum strap is awesome. We're like 2 generations ahead on hardware. I just don't have one rigged up right here. So there's no side release buckle in the middle. So which basically means that there's no male-female buckles and like pieces dangling around. You just have one coming from one side. There's a great little pull tab here, and you can do a one-handed on and adjust like so. Other side, one step lower there. So really quick, awesome sternum strap. It's a one-handed off. Takes a little bit to just kind of figure out exactly like how and where to grab it and everything. And the cool thing about it is that instead of just letting this thing dangle around like most sternum straps do, you can secure it back to itself like this, and it won't rattle around so much. And then you can also, for like a long-term storage, if you're just not a sternum strap person, but every once in a while, you really, it's nice to have, so you don't want to like leave it at home. What you can do is do this kind of long-term storage mode. So you pull the sternum strap off, and you can hook it up to the top of the bag here. And to the bottom here, there's these little attachment points like that. And then secure that down. So it's nice and tight. There's nothing jiggling around. And that's kind of like a long-term storage mode. Again, if you're just not a sternum strap person, but you want to have it at the ready if you need it. So I think a lot of people will find themselves kind of just leaving it there.
Can you point out the different places where the sternum strap attaches?
Yeah, so all of these points are hidden on the strap here. So there are these little slots, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 of them in between these little black bar tacks here. So the hook slides underneath like so. Let me break that back up. So that one hooks on these 2 hooks here. This one is kind of like the hard lock, and this is the soft lock. So this one is really on there. You have to kind of pry it off, versus this one, which kind of just comes off with like just a little bit of pressure, since it's always under tension when you're wearing the bag. So that's how that works.
And then you can kind of see how the axial straps
kind of
a little bit.
Bend and flow depending on the shape of your body. These things will micro adjust to make sure that you're not like point loading the strap. So if these things are fixed, and you're not, you have more sloped shoulders or whatever, then you'll get more loading on the inside of the strap than the outside. Likewise, if they happen to mount the strap like a little bit too far out. So it's always going to kind of find this really perfect point on your body.
Can you talk about the axial straps just a little bit more? Just about why you had them for maybe side access to help with the
Sure.
rotation?
The other great thing about the axial strap attachments is that when you swing the bag around, like so, these strap attachments will swing as well. So they kind of hug onto your shoulder, and they don't kind of want to fall off as much, and makes for a really comfortable when you're kind of like a workspace. So you can pop the tension on that strap, swing it around, and you've got a really comfortable workspace that still wants to stay on your shoulder.
How does capture work with it is the next question.
Okay, sure. So capture works on this backpack just like every other backpack. It basically clamps onto the strap. You can do that above or below the sternum strap. The straps themselves have a dual layer construction. So the top is Adelon and the bottom is EVA to keep the straps really well structured. So they're a little bit stiffer on the top and then nice and soft on the back. And that creates a perfect spot for capture with a really nice stable pad as well. We thought long and hard about how to integrate capture into these straps in a more unique way that seemed to kind of be built a little bit more around the clip. And honestly, like everything that we did just didn't work as well as just going straight onto a kind of well-structured strap. So in the end, we kind of scratched all those projects because they made for like really big, bulky, sweaty straps, and just kind of went really simple with it. What else we got?
So a few people asking about being secure while traveling, especially with the side zips. So they're like, can I attach like a lock or a carabiner or something, just to make the zips harder to open?
Sure, for this stuff.
You can do the zipper loop to the external carry attachment at the top.
So we've got
In the back.
I don't have it on this right now, but we are actually kind of working on a little bit of a security mechanism for the top pocket and the side up here. For the bottom ones, I don't really have a great solution for that at the moment.
So you guys have the capture clip going on there?
Yes.
All right. And then the people weren't sure if there was a spot for your phone, small things, like where was that pocket?
Yeah, so the top pocket on this bag is awesome. So in the laptop, check this out. So this entire zipper of the bag is actually the same thing that runs all the way up from the sides and all the way around the top. Now you can't open the bag completely up, mainly because there's really no need to. We actually did a bunch of versions like that, but at the end of the day, there wasn't a reason to do it. So what that means, though, is that you get this really clean line and really efficient construction where there's not like a bunch of material all knotted up in the corners. But so the top storage pocket is this guy, and this is all this stuff called waterproof span mesh. So it's pretty expensive material actually, but it feels awesome. It feels kind of like neoprene or kind of skin-like, and it expands quite a bit without getting really floppy. So that's the top kind of pocket here, and it's the same pocket as the laptop sleeve. So this laptop divider comes right up to the top of the bag to keep stuff here from kind of falling in between the two layers. And then in there we've got laptop and tablet storage as well, all in just one awesome, easy to access pocket. And then we have smaller items, obviously, go in these inner pockets here as well. And this is an air mesh panel here, so it's very, very light, but it also protects your camera gear or whatever you happen to be carrying from whatever is in these pockets. If you have like sharp keys or something like that, it's not going to scratch through this really stretchy, lightweight, and protective material. And then inside we've got more of that WPS waterproof span material with a variety of different pocket sizes.
Cool. FlexFold dividers, let's see them. Are we going to have them available extra? And
not planning on doing available extra. Sorry, one more thing.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. So these are sort of the second generation FlexFold dividers. So we have the standard kind of setup that you can do from the Everyday Messenger, which is to fold them up like that. Or there's a double level to them, like so. So I can put a medium-sized lens here, fold that up, and then do a small lens here, and they're protected from each other and very configurable. I can do a camera handle with my camera with my grip here, or big lens down here with cameras tucked on the other side. So they're very quick. They also have a T-shaped Velcro on these, so they are very hard to rip off the sides because they need to withstand a lot of weight from the top. So it's very easy to push them the other direction as well, so you can quickly configure the interior of the bag to give you a lot of different setups without ever having to tear Velcro. So just in that, we went through 6 different configurations without ever having to move any Velcro around. Small bag comes with 2, large bag comes with 3.
How does this?
Have we considered a sternum strap or stabilizer strap with a sling? A lot of bikers are asking.
Yeah, we haven't, and the reason for that is that it can get so tight. Sure. So because there's adjustment on both sides, so I can get this guy so the strap is all the way tight here, or I can get I can adjust both ends of the strap. So we're not limited by any sort of hardware or desire to not have like super long tails flopping around because of our tail management that we have here. So I'm just making this small. This is probably actually like too small to even do much with the adjusters, but so you can get this so high and tight that there's just no way that it's going anywhere. It can't swing around because you can get it so tight. And then I did that actually too tight, so I couldn't even, like, my quick adjust at that point is almost useless because I had such a small scale, but I'm also like 5'5". I'm a pretty small guy, so you can imagine that most average size folks, you can get that plenty tight for riding a bike for sure with no need for a stabilizer strap. And we feel pretty confident in that.
Next question has to do with what these side pockets can hold and handle, and are they stretchable?
So the side pockets are the same material as the rest of the bag, so they blend in really nicely. But we have these awesome pleats in the bottom that allow volume expansion. There's a cool internal elastic. So the elastic runs all the way back here, but it's not attached to the pocket itself. So when the pocket comes out, it allows that elastic to expand, but it basically, instead of like a tiny bit of elastic expansion, we have elastic expansion all the way here. And then there's a magnet that keeps the pocket closed and nice and snug to the bag so that they don't kind of like gulp open when you don't want them to. As far as what they can hold quite a bit. You got a giant bottle of whiskey here. This is probably larger than an Nalgene bottle, and that thing just no problem. Even sideways. So
That's a double handle.
yeah, it's pretty big expansion. I mean, we can probably even I could probably even get the whole tripod, that whole tripod we put in there earlier. Again, I don't have anything in the bag, so I'm getting a little bit of extra volume from the bag too, but I think you get the picture.
You can put it in the tablet area.
Yeah, you can put it in the laptop reservoir easily, and then obviously just wrap the hose out the top zip here.
Adam, why don't you fill in for me?
Hi folks, I'm Adam, the bearded guy. You may recognize me from that creamy vocal narration. Just wait, there's more coming, even more. We're going to do some product deep dive videos, and we've got some real nice, I would describe it as sensual, sort of
Yeah, we
slow
found
jazz.
this saxophone track that is kind of like, well, you're going to like it very much.
Tenor sax.
It's a tenor. It's a tenor sax. Hey, everybody. I just got in a conversation with our landlords who discovered our illegally built mezzanine that is violating about 19 different fire codes. However, they were really enamored by the Kickstarter, and I think kind of distracted. And on the way out, they didn't exactly say, like, so you're going to have that shit taken down by Tuesday. They kind of just said cheers and congratulations, and we'll see you later.
Hopefully
So,
they don't watch this video.
hopefully they don't
gloating about it.
They were just talking about how they're like, yeah, we don't, the internet to us is kind of foreign. I think the odds that they find this is not likely. Anyways, if you do, Greg and Tony, we think you're amazing. We really, really do.
We do, actually.
And you too, Jim. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway.
Does whiskey come with the backpack?
Does whiskey come with the backpack?
I wish it did.
Nope, but you can put whiskey in it.
Yeah.
Really
Put a
easily.
lot of whiskey.
And you can protect it. You can put several models of whiskey in it without risk of
fear
breakage.
Yes, exactly.
Try that. Why does Lockett look so serious? Lockett's Polish heritage is what makes him look extraordinarily serious. When you have jaws that are as powerful as his, it's difficult to come off as laid back.
Makes
But he's a
smiling
really chill
extremely
dude at the
dangerous.
end of it.
You guys talking about me?
Yeah, we're talking about you, bud. We're talking about you. I mean, look at these things. Look at these things. He will chomp through anything.
Okay,
But
have you seen
at the end of
Boris's
the day-
glove gum?
Club
Everybody
top.
put your thumb up next to Lawrence.
Oh man, dude, that's super short too. It's like Trump size.
No, it's not short.
Look at the width.
Oh, maybe not. You're right. It's deceptive with the width. Huh. What's that from?
Just, I was lucky with my genes.
Lucky.
Yeah.
No, that's a good time.
Thank you. It's got two of them.
Yep. Nice. Let's see here. If any of the guys from My Morning Jacket are listening, I had this idea yesterday. I was driving my car. I was thinking, like, wouldn't it be sweet to switch to My Morning Jacket music for just a little bit during the campaign, and we'll donate like a certain percentage to charity. You guys give away all sorts to charity, and I think that I've actually been thinking about that for years. So Jim James, if you're out there listening, I'll give you a free bag.
Called Rommel. Rommel's their guitarist?
Rommel? Yeah, dude. That's a stud.
And how about a 1%?
That's the drummer again.
Oh yeah. Speaking of charity related endeavors, I don't know if y'all have seen on our Kickstarter page towards the bottom we mentioned that we this year are joining something called 1% for the Planet. 1% for the Planet is a nonprofit organization that helps for-profit businesses like us donate 1% of their revenue to environmental nonprofits. So from here on out, 1% of all of our gross revenue, not profit, but actual top line revenue, is going to be donated towards environmental causes. And we're in 2 days, on Thursday, having a big old party here in San Francisco. It's called Summit, but the I is a 1, because that's just genius marketing. I don't see how anybody could ever confuse that or mess that up. But anyway, Summit, SUMM1T.com. You can get details about the event. It's open to everybody. There's tickets available, and if you're in the Bay Area, we'd love to see you there. We're doing an art auction, so we've gotten some amazing adventure photographers from all around the world to donate their work, which will be up for auction. It's actually up for auction now, so even if you can't make it to the event, you can bid online on these things. And they're like museum quality framed prints.
Gorgeous.
Right now, like the bidding prices are below what it would even just cost to get a picture of that.
There they are. They're
Oh,
up
wow.
there. Yep.
There.
And they're gorgeous. They're incredible shots. Please do take a look.
At that. And we got about a metric shit ton of beer donated by Lagunitas. Thank you very much to the folks at Lagunitas. So beer and food are on the house. It's actually kind of a good deal to come to the party. like it's a bargain, and the earth wins. So it should be awesome. But that's it's just kind of a start. We hope at Peak Design of start. We're 6 years in now, and this is the first time that we've really ever taken a look around and taken a minute to make an effort to give back. I mean, I think that we've always hired people that have the right attitude and the right ethos about how they care about this world and about other people. But as a company, we've just been too busy getting it started to really think about giving back. This is a first move. It is not the last way that we will be giving back. And part of having this summit party is to kind of get up there in front of everybody and make a bold claim so that you guys, the community, can hold our feet to the fire. Because it's kind of easy to give away 1% of sales when you're having a great year. God forbid if we ever don't have a great year, it's going to be a lot harder. But that's the commitment, Whether win, lose, or draw, whether we're profitable or not, we're going to be giving 1% of every dollar that we bring in to these charities. And frankly, I hope we can give more, maybe to some other great causes at some point in the future, but we shall see. Hopefully we get addicted to giving. Right, Art?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. What else? Creepy eye in the sky. That's so weird to look at a thing and imagine that people are out there.
You can't see him. I can see him.
I can't see.
If you look, you get right in there. You can see.
Now I get why people
It's
go,
science,
"Hi,
Pete.
Mom," into the camera, because she might be watching.
You can see
If
through
you
it.
are, hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi, Justin. Hi, Josephine.
I just want to remind everybody, people are asking to see inside the bags and stuff again.
Oh.
That this is, if you go to our YouTube channel, it's all on there. You can rewatch this entire thing over and over again, and go through Art's art's explanation. So definitely, I'll try to add markers for each of kind of the big parts later on, and it'll be easier to navigate. But feel
And
free
we'll be doing more of these, so watch out for them, and you can get more questions in, and yeah.
And also because we're Peak Design and barely a real company. I mean, let's face it, guys. You know, like we don't have like we have work to do still in getting you guys the deep design video. I know you guys have probably talked about that, but that's going to be very, very illustrative. You probably also talked about how the fact that, you know, these things are still coming together, and they are, you know, what you see here are prototypes M, or you know, K, L, and M, but it's going to take all the way through P to be the product that we're actually going to go into production with. It's extremely nerve-wracking to hit print on. We're planning on 75,000 bags across the line in order to fulfill the Kickstarter and the wholesale, and then pursuing direct needs after that. It's a massive, massive operation, and dotting I's, crossing T's is difficult and important. And this guy right here has been an absolute hero in making that happen. I left him and Joey in Vietnam, and when it was time for them to go home, Art stayed another 3 days, making it like a full 3 weeks. His third trip to Vietnam this year, or is it been 4 already? Maybe 4. I don't know. But it's hugely important, and this guy's commitment to details is unbelievable. And you will see them in the physical bags that you're getting if you're going to pledge this project. So, cheers, buddy.
I wish I could show you guys every little detail of what makes them rad, but it would take 6 hours. There's just so many cool little hidden gems in there. Yeah, I think you'll be stoked.
Just on the outro, a great suggestion for our backers was people are still trying to get a sense of the size.
Sure.
They want to see the EDM compared to the bags so they can get a frame of reference.
Let's also, all right. So,
it's going to be a tough
what is
decision,
it?
folks.
L. All right. Oddly enough, but we have our L and M right here, and let's show EDM up there. Now, okay, those 3 are in line. Now, what I'm holding, L, and this one here, M, are what I would define as medium and extra large. In actuality, the bags that we're working on are going to be what we define as small and medium. So just a little bit smaller than this guy. It's going to be about a centimeter slimmer, a centimeter narrower in this direction, and I think the same height. And then this one here is going to come down, or help me out, 3 centimeters in height, 1.5 centimeters in width.
And a little less than that. They're pretty darn close.
Nobody's got a ruler up there. They're pretty darn close, but it's going to get a little bit smaller than this.
Both bags will get slightly smaller than you see here.
Yeah.
A tiny bit.
Yep.
That'll do. Put an Nalgene in the side pocket real fast.
Put an Nalgene in the side pocket real fast. All right.
No explanation.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we don't have the final one yet. As you can see here, we don't have the webbing in here, but it's going to be there. But there's an Nalgene in the side pocket.
I think that's it.
All right.
Cool, guys. We do a shot.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
We're gonna do a shot. You guys want to take a shot?
People want to watch us do a shot? All right. Oh shit, Joey.
I paid good money for that.
That is ironic. Joey just dropped a camera.
Prop camera.
Prop camera.
Come on out. Bob, you told me you could have worked.
Shots, please.
Woo! Shredded.
Where's the tequila?
Hey, what happened to my wife?
You see that? Twice, let us
It's been such a hard, long month. The last week in particular Been a lot of lost sleep this week, and everyone here has been just putting in amazing, superhuman effort. So we are so pumped that this video and this Kickstarter is launched. Obviously, there's a long way to go. You guys have a lot of questions, and we really want to make it very clear in the whole campaign and get all of those answered for everyone. But we're stoked. I hope you guys are stoked. This one's for you. Cheers. Cheers.
Oh yeah. I bet you could stand for that. Oh man, that felt great. I'd like to have more of those. Art wants another shot?
Huh? Oh, cut it. Okay.
Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Bye, guys.
Thanks for joining us.
They changed everything. How do you turn this thing off? Get the stop broadcasting.
Hello?